Saya, Cikgu Habibah. Kita ada 72 siri pembelajaran untuk dipelajari. Murid-murid dah bersedia untuk belajar? Jika sudah bersedia, mari kita belajar sekarang. Kali ini, kita akan belajar subjek Bahasa Inggeris. Jom kita belajar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hello everyone. I am Teacher Ina. And for today, we are going to learn about quantifier and also collective nouns. Okay, now this is our first lesson, which is about quantifiers. So what is quantifiers? Quantifiers is a word that we use to represent an amount that is more than 1. And quantifiers can be used with a countable noun, something that we can count, and with an uncountable noun, which is an object that we cannot count. Remember that the quantifier for some and a lot of can be used for both, which means for the countable nouns and uncountable noun. Meanwhile, the words many and a few can only be used for countable nouns. The words much and a little can only be used for uncountable noun. So that is all that you need to remember in using the quantifier. So now let me proceed to the second lesson, which is about collective noun. So what is collective noun? Collective noun is a term that we use to describe a group of people, things, and animals. As you can see here, this is an example of a group of people that we may use. The first one is a band of musicians. The word band is an example of collective nouns that to show the group of musicians. The second one is a team of players. We use team to show that a group of players. Next is a crowd of people, a crew of sailors, an army of soldiers, and a class of students. So that is an example of collective nouns that you may use for a group of people. Now let's move on to the example that we may use for a group of animals. So the first one is a flock of birds. So the word flock is an example of collective noun that we use to show that a group of birds. Next is a nest of ants and a swarm of bees. Besides that, we also have a troop of monkeys to show a group of monkeys, and a school of fish, and also a pride of lions. So that is an example of collective noun that you may use for an animal. Now, the last one is collective noun that we may use with a group of things. So the first one is a fleet of cars. We use fleet to show a collection of cars, and a bunch of keys, a heap of garbage, a pair of shoes, a string of pearls, and a library of books. A library, we use the collective noun a library to show that it is collection of books. Now we already at the end of our lesson. Let me do some recap with all of you. So the first lesson we just learned about quantifier, which may use with countable noun and uncountable noun. So you must make sure to do some exercise in order to use the correct quantifier for each countable and uncountable noun. And as you can see, before this, there is a lot of example for collective noun. So in order to remember, you need to do a lot of exercise. So that is all from me. So I hope you get something from this lesson. I hope you can use the qualitative nouns and also quantifier correctly and appropriately. Bye-bye.